What's up, everybody? It is your boy Tareq, and I'm back today with another Love is Blind review for you guys. If you guys are new to the channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe button with the notification bell on, so every time I upload a video, you guys are notified. I'm not gonna lie, guys, these episodes be boring. I'll be so real with you. I don't know how my reviews be so long. But I like I said, I feel like the only reason the reviews are long is because the episodes are quite long. So like there's a bit to actually kind of make notes of and talk about and review it for you guys. Other than that, the episodes are not really, it's not really giving, I'll be real. Anyway, let's get straight into this review. So the episode starts off with Joey and Monica. They were really happy to see one another. Monica likes Joey's hair. I love how giggly they are with each other. Like they just love each other's presence, they love each other's energy, and there wasn't really like the only shock there was really was the hair for Joey. Like Monica didn't expect to see Joey's hair that way, so that's really the only kind of thing. But it was like a positive. She actually likes his hair like that, and she also likes his facial hair too. The stubble that he has, she really likes the facial hair. So I guess it's a win-win for both of them. Daniel and Taylor then have a conversation. Taylor thought at one point in her life love wouldn't happen due to what she's been throughout her life, and like seeing people around her and her parents and stuff like that just embracing love and being in love with people. She thought for herself that that would never happen, so she kind of gave up on the aspect of love until basically the show. I mean, at one point I was like to myself, I might never find anybody, you know, but it just, I guess, like I said, God's timing is all about God, his timing. It's not when you're ready, it's when he's ready. And I always say this, right? And this is my thing. If you go looking for these things, they'll never come. I'm a true believer in that. I believe like finding the right person for you is like a natural thing. And the reason why I say that is because all these dating apps that have people scrolling left and right, and all this tapping and all this type of stuff, right? You're going to look for something that you potentially will never find. Even if you do find someone on a dating app, it's going to be short term. I believe finding your long-term partner is something that will naturally happen. You naturally will meet someone, you naturally will just gel together. It's not going to be forced. It's not going to, like, when you go on these dating apps, how many of you actually force dates with people? Like, when I mean force, because actually force sounds like a mad word to use. But like, for example, you feel like you have to reach just to get a date with someone. Like, how many of you are actually, and be honest, it's like, I'm not going to judge you over here, because even myself back in like the day, I felt myself having to ask 3 and 4 times also, when you free for a date, this, that, and the third. And it's like, if you're really interested and invested, then you would actually make an effort to, like, you know, accept the date, or make a date, like plan a date yourself or something like that. So for me personally, it's like, these things are natural. It shouldn't feel forced, is my point. Ben and Sarah then have a conversation. Ben supports the LGBTQIA plus community, and just wanted to clarify that with Sarah, because obviously Sarah had mentioned that her sister is gay, and due to Ben's religion, obviously it's a sin to be homosexual. Like I've said, and I'll say it myself, I come from a religious background myself. But it all depends on the, it's to do with your kind of relationship with God. I'm a person, I come from a Catholic background, but you lot know my stand on that whole situation itself. I've read the Bible, not the whole Bible, but I've read parts of the Bible. I've seen like the verses and stuff like that. And okay, it was written a very long time ago, but it's a thing where it's like everyone has taken parts of the Bible out and interpreted it into their own kind of thing, just so it suits them, and that's not how it's supposed to be. Because it's the same way, like I said in yesterday's review, I feel like I'm kind of repeating myself, but I'm going to say it again anyway. For those that didn't watch yesterday's one and they're just coming straight to this one, this is fresh for you. But there is a lot of hypocrisy within religion. Like, religion will say love your neighbor as you want to love yourself, or love thy neighbor, but you're out here this is someone because of their sexual orientation. Like, it just doesn't match up, and it's not adding up. Like, 2 plus 2 always equals 4. So yeah, I really like the fact that Ben kind of just clarified that with Sarah, like just kind of communicated that with her. Sarah played Xbox a lot, especially Halo. That's one game I've never played. Well, to me, I was never an Xbox person. I only had one Xbox console. So when I had the PS4, I ended up getting Xbox One. I wanted to see, oh, maybe I might like Xbox. I didn't like it, guys. I promise you, I played that console for like probably a week, and then it was on the side collecting dust. I would never ever again get an Xbox. That console is just not for me. Madison is starting to realize the feelings that she has for Alex, as when he was pulling away, like when he was pulling back from her after the intense conversation that they had yesterday. She's actually realizing that the feelings are deeper for Alex, because it was like, oh, I might lose him because of what I just said, but it's like, no, I'm being open and honest with you. Please don't go, kind of thing. She said in the real world she would have cut all ties if she felt like someone was pulling back their energy from her. She would have cut all ties. I mean, that makes sense, because it's like, okay, if you're not willing to stick around because I'm being open and honest with you and telling you the truth about something, then you're not the right person for me. But I feel like her feelings are deeper than what she had anticipated, and now she's like in this dilemma. Madison and Alex have a conversation. What was the name of the cuddly toy that she got him? Bailey? I can't remember. Madison reassures Alex she is no longer the avoidance type anymore. I don't know how true that is. I'll be so real, because yesterday you was just telling him what your what's it? It's not a type, is it? I'm gonna say type, and all of a sudden you're not that girl anymore. You want to show him you're not that girl anymore. It doesn't just magically disappear in a day. That's something that you have to work on, you know. So it's all good saying that you're not, and I want to believe it, but it's like, what actually happens when things get serious, like a lot more serious, when you're in it, when you're actually in the thick of it, like that's when the real test begins, because it's like you're just talking to someone without seeing them. Like, it's very easy to just, but I guess with Madison, we'll just have to wait and see. Alex did apologize to Madison for the conversation getting intense and basically for his reaction. But I wouldn't have, okay, yeah, apologize for the context of the conversation getting intense. But me, myself, I wouldn't be apologizing for basically saying what you said made me feel. Like, okay, yeah, the conversation may have got tense, that part, okay, cool. But I'm not going to be apologizing for what I said. Because it's like, no, what I said wasn't disrespectful. It wasn't rude. I'm letting you know, you've just told me how you are as a person, and I'm telling you how that makes me feel. Because if I'm going to be putting a ring on you, if I'm going to be marrying you, this is for long term. Like, I got to make sure that I'm fully stepping into this, knowing what I'm actually getting myself into. But then again, this is why, me personally, I don't believe in shows like this where you're dating someone and then you're marrying them straight away. Like, I don't believe in stuff like that. When you're actually marrying someone, you have to go through the right procedures. Again, that's just my opinion, but it is what it is. Mason and Madison have a conversation, and I feel like, personally, Mason and Madison have a better spark than Alex and Madison have. That's just my personal opinion. Mason was talking about how he didn't do very well in school, but as he got older, he applied to USD. Can someone please let me know what USD is in the college? In the comments. Is it a type of college? Is it community college? Like, because I'm not sure what USD is. He done videography and he got a diploma in that. So it all kind of worked out for him. Like, he didn't do well in school. He passed maths with a D minus. So he ended up graduating high school. And then he just kind of had one job, because he thought like that would be what he would be doing. He kind of just settled for the job because he was like, that's what he'll be doing for the rest of his life. But God had other plans for him. God was like, no, you're gonna do what you love to do and build your craft in that. And that's exactly what happened. Mason and Meg did have a conversation, and Meg was basically telling Mason that she had a meltdown yesterday. basically, I think probably as their experience could be overwhelming, and probably due to their conversation as well, that she did have a little bit of a meltdown. And she said she wants to feel everything during the experience. So if she's sad, she's going to embrace it. If she's happy, she's going to embrace it. And I feel like that's very important. A lot of us don't want to embrace our feelings, but we need to as humans. Like, if you're feeling sad about something, feel the sadness, embrace the sadness. It's okay to be sad. Sorry, it's okay to feel the sad. It's okay to feel the sad. It's okay to feel sad. When you're happy, be happy. When you're excited, you understand, like, the feelings that you're feeling in that at that current moment in time, embrace it. There's nothing wrong with that. Mason said that Meg wasn't his top person. He's now got top, like, 2 people at the top. David and Lauren then have a conversation. Lauren said she is low-key ready to have kids, but she just needs a husband to do that. And then Lauren started talking about nudes, right? Like how she has nudes saved on her phone and stuff like that. But she's a teacher. I would be very careful talking about those type of things on national, like, TV, you know, because you are a teacher, so you'll be teaching minors and you're talking about nudity. I would just be mindful of those type of things. Daniel said that I keep saying Daniel. David sees himself proposing to Lauren. I will believe it when I see it. I will believe it when I see it. David and Molly, because it's a thing where it's like you're saying that to Lauren, but it's like you're saying things to Molly as well to kind of make her believe that she's the one. So it's like, I will believe it when I see it. So then David and Molly then have a conversation. Molly is not talking to anyone else. So that is actually, what can I say about that? I feel like she should be open, and like she should be open to know other people. I just want to, just a quick side note as well. There's a couple men in there that a couple men and women that we actually haven't seen talk to anyone. Like, they're not getting airtime. I want to know, maybe in later episodes they might. I just want to know what's up with that. Like, how come we haven't seen some of the other guys and some of the other... I think one of the guys called Mo, and then there's another black guy in there. I ain't seen him at all. And there's another... What's the other guy's name? I forgot his name. There's another guy's name in there. There's some guys that we haven't even... There's other guys as well that we haven't even seen anything, like any airtime of them. And the women too. There's some women in there that maybe in later episodes, I don't know. But so far, I haven't seen anything. But back to my point, I feel like Molly should get to know other people just in case. Because from time he's saying he's ready to propose, he sees himself proposing to Lauren. I would not put all your eggs in one basket. I mean, in the dating world, that's what's supposed to really happen. Like, you're supposed to, you know, invest all your time and energy into one person. But in today's day and age, I don't know about, you know, that's very, very techie to do something like that. David then asks about... Oh my God, I can't type. You know what? I was rushing this when I was typing, so now it's not going to make sense. David asks about the religious and political beliefs. And Molly says her parents didn't have the same beliefs in politics. Maybe for their generation it was different. But I cannot be with someone, and I know this for a fact. Let's say, for example, the government want to, God forbid, do something towards the LGBTQIA plus community. And I then end up dating someone that has beliefs in those type of things. I wouldn't date, like, not dating someone, but I'm talking to someone that has beliefs in those type of things. That's not going to last long at all. I wouldn't even bother wasting my time. You might be a nice person, but your beliefs... I feel like politics actually plays a huge part in... I used to think the same thing. I was like, oh, people just have their beliefs. It's okay. But for you to have these beliefs, it does say stuff about your character. I hear what David is saying. Is like, oh, people can have different beliefs and stuff like that. But it's like, why would I want to be friends with someone or be around people that are basically saying that who I am as a person should be like non-existent and stuff like that. That's your belief, no? So why would I want to associate myself around people like that? So when people are saying that politics doesn't really play a part, it's just different belief. No, it actually plays a huge part. Whether you want to admit that or believe that, it actually does play a huge part. David was talking about the abortion law and was talking about what if women were raped. So raped. So I do trigger warning, by the way. Trigger warning. I did like when he was talking about that because it goes to show what side he's on. It does go to show what side he's on. He doesn't agree with it, obviously. And he's like, God forbid a woman has a complication with the pregnancy or whatever the situation may be. They cannot abort because of the law back in America. Well, in some states. I don't know if it's all across now. I don't really follow American politics, but for some states, I know that it's not a thing. And anyway, I'm not going to get too much into the political. This is not a video about politics. I did put here politics, like I said before, it does matter to an extent. I try not to let it overtake everything. Dependent. If it's just for like a financial situation, for example, or you voting for this person who is still a CUNT, but for your financial get, even that is still techie. Like, so basically investing your time and putting your energy into voting for someone that's, even if it's financial, I don't know. It's very complicated. Politics is actually very complicated. David said he would be a proud parent if his child was LGBTQIA+, saying that the fact that his child would even feel comfortable to come to him and be open and tell him like who they are as a person. Again, I like hearing stuff like that because some parents are like some people are very thinking about saying, if my child is this, they're no longer my kid. Like, let's actually relax, because at the end of the day, I don't think half of you are saying that. I don't think half of you will do it. He said there's nothing wrong with a stay-at-home mum. So David is saying all the right things, but actions have to prove it, like, people can say anything they want to say, but it's a matter of like actions will actually prove it for me personally. The women are in the women's section making thoughts. I said this is Meg's dream right here. This is what she was literally talking about. Who was it that she was talking to? Was it Mason? Probably talking to him about, it was Mason talking to him about building forts. So she's literally in her element. Lauren ended up leaving the fort when Molly was talking about her date with David. I can see Lauren is starting to get really stressed about this. And I don't think Molly knows that Lauren is seeing David, but Lauren knows that David is seeing Molly. So it's pretty complicated for those two. Devon and Virginia. Devon wants to get to know Virginia on a deeper level. So yes, actually, let me take a sip of water because my throat is dry. Devon wants to get to know Virginia on a deeper level. And I think that's so important because when you are trying to get married with someone or going to get married to someone, before you even put the ring, you need to know a lot about the person you're about to marry or get engaged to. And I feel like you need to know everything. Everything you need to know. Like, even if you've been through some trauma, I would like to know. So then if I know if you're reacting in a certain type of way to something or you're behaving in a certain type of way, I would know how to react to that. Because if I don't know, I'm going to think you're being a D-head and it's going to be like, so what's actually going on? What's tea? And then it's like, there's ways that we can actually solve this. We can deal with it. But if you don't tell me what's going on or you don't let me in, how am I supposed to tackle these issues? How are we going to come up with solutions to, solve these problems? Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's why I think it's important I like when Devin said he wants to now okay, so we've talked about surface level stuff. Let's go to a deeper level. He said he can't get down on one knee if he doesn't know everything about her, and vice versa too. Like, Virginia, you can't be with someone that you don't know the ins and outs of them. Like, you've got to literally know everything about the person you're trying to get to marry. So, yeah. Devin and Brittany have a conversation. They play Would You Rather. And Devin has 3 adopted siblings. Madison and Alex have another conversation. Madison says she wouldn't mind just focusing on Alex. So it's clear to see where her mind is at this point now. Alex and Madison are both lactose intolerant. I think I'm lactose intolerant too. Because sometimes when I eat egg and sometimes when I drink milk or whatever, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Maybe my stomach was just really messed up at one point because I was putting a lot of rubbish inside my stomach, you know. Like, when I mean a lot of rubbish, I mean, I was ordering takeout almost every day. Fried chicken as well. It's not even to say like it was grilled. Fried, that greasy oil stuff. And I think it messed up my stomach for a long period of time. Like, my stomach would just randomly start paining me. I'll be having to use the toilet every 2 seconds. Like, it was bad. And I thought it was egg that was doing... Like, I thought it was egg that was doing that to me. But ever since I stopped eating rubbish like that and started eating a lot more healthier, my stomach is not giving me problems. So I think my stomach was just clogged up of nonsense. When Madison gets stressed, she can't eat at all. Madison is saying that she doesn't need Alex's help, as she will need to handle the disassociation by herself. And again, to me, that would be a problem. You see, stuff like that will be a problem to me. And I can understand why Alex is feeling that type of way, because it's like, I'm trying to be there for you, but you're not letting me in. You're saying it's something you need to deal with by yourself. And I understand. Sometimes you don't always want your partner to hold your hand. Sometimes it's actually, let me put up my two. But when it comes to marriage, when it comes to a partnership, you gotta let your partner in, because it's like, why let you go through that by yourself when I could be there when I could be there supporting you. So that's just my kind of thing with that whole situation. So that's why I can understand why Alex is feeling the way he's feeling. Alex thinks it could be scary for him as that's nothing that's in his control. And again, I agree. If one day Madison says, you know what, I need space, I need this, and doesn't give you no explanation about it, you're there wondering what the hell's happening, like what's actually going on. So I do understand why Alex he's a bit anxious about the situation. I do get it. Meg and Mason have a conversation. First of all, there's a spider in her pod. I would have killed that spider. Meg saying that she doesn't like to kill anything. I'm sorry. Some of you lot that don't like killing spiders and bugs and stuff like that, if you're not in my way, I know they're God-made creatures, right? And Lord forgive me. But if they're not in my presence, I leave you. I leave you alone. The minute you're in a place that you should not be in, for example, if I see if I see a spider in my room, or you know a bug where it's not supposed to be, you're now invading my personal space, and I have to get rid of you. Sorry, not sorry. And I'm sorry, not sorry. Like, we're not doing that. I don't have time to go and get plastic cut, to go and get cup and slip paper and I don't have time for that. Sorry, I'll just kill you there and then on the spot. Like, oh Lord, it sounds bad, but it's like, I don't like bugs in it, and I'm not gonna try and fiddle and play. No. I know there's a lot of people that's very, very animal friendly. Like, there's animal friendly, and then it's like, okay, these bugs shouldn't be anywhere near me. Get them away from me. Mason's fantasy is role playing, and Mason didn't say miss you back to Megan. And Megan is picking up these small little things. She's like, why is he not saying it back? Why is he confused? Like, it's these small things that she's picking up, and it's like, oh, am I his top? No, not really. And Mason even said to the boys in the men's quarter that Meg is not her top. He's got two, so he's got two women at the top. So Meg is not main priority. Madison and Mason have a conversation. So Madison knows that Mason is talking to another woman. Due to the energy of Meg coming back into the quarter, Madison already clocked on who she's talking to. Mason said he's still going to talk to other people. I mean, at least you're being honest and open. That's one thing I can say. That's one thing I can say about the people on this show. They can give the contestants of Love Island a run for their money, because people are literally being open and honest here. But you know what? I know I'm speaking too soon, because it's going to get later down the line, or on social media, I'm going to end up finding out some tea about some of these people. Because wasn't it last season that it turned out that Tyler had how many children. So it's like, I say that, but then it's like things can come out later down the line. So it's a matter of like, I'm not jumping on no boat, I'm not riding no ship. I'm not fully behind anybody until, you know. Yeah, I'm not behind anybody like that, because you actually can't trust nobody out here. Mason is always the one getting broken up with. And Madison said, what could that be? And he said it's because they have fallen in love with someone else. That's tough. Yeah, that is tough. Like, imagine getting to know somebody or being with someone, but then how's that possible? Because if you're with somebody, how are they falling in love with someone else? Has someone cheated on you? That's what I could think of. Like, me personally, how is someone falling in love with someone else? That they have to have cheated, right? There's no other way they can fall in love unless they're seeing someone while they're with you. Madison has always been the one to break up things because she says she doesn't take people's BS, which I love. Mason says there isn't anyone else who makes him feel like the way he is feeling. And Madison says she is taking Meg's feelings into consideration. And girl, that's where you lost me, because you're on a love show where you need to be in there for yourself. None of these people are your friends. We need to stop caring about other people's feelings. At the end of the day, are they caring about yours? So why are you caring about hers? But does she mean taking the thing into consideration as in like Meg? Oh, like as in Meg is foot. Even then, so, and if you like someone, you go for it. The worst that the person could say is no. Then at least you know, okay, cool, you're not the one for me. That's it. But that's the thing. People are so afraid to take chances, you know? Madison says her connection with Alex is a bit more. So again, we know where Madison is for Alex. Madison wants Alex. So, yeah. And then I believe the episode had ended there. And we are going to review episode 4 tomorrow. But yes, guys, that is the end of today's video. If you guys have enjoyed, please be sure to hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit that notification bell so every time I upload, it comes in your inbox. And beautiful people, I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And I know with the help of you guys, we can definitely do it. It has been your boy Tareq, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.